It is Let's Talk Arts and Entertainment, and it is State of the Arts. This is the segment where I am joined by Gus Gordon. We talk about the things going on around town, sometimes things going on around the country, or even around the world. He is joining me right now. It's Gus Gordon. How are you?
Kevin, I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's another Friday morning where we've had some snow and some ice
Yeah,
again this month. Not as much, but still a little slippery coming in this morning.
it is, and people really need to be careful because we were trying to shovel the driveway, and it was really just a coat of ice. So there
Yeah.
was a lot of freezing precipitation. So folks should be careful out there because you don't want to slip on that ice that you think is snow, but is really slippery.
No, I basically had a second windshield this morning, just another
Right.
sheet of ice. Because last night I was like, well, it's not as much snowfall. I'll be fine. I don't have to go start my car in it early. And yeah, I get out there in the morning, and it's just like, can't pick this out with my plastic scraper, so I got to sit there and let it
Yep.
warm up.
Add another 20 minutes to your day.
Yeah, it was only let's see, maybe 10, but I made it up by driving slowly. So
Okay,
there's that.
there's that.
There is that, but there is also a lot going on this weekend and these coming months as well. Just a bunch going on: auditions, shows, concerts, and there's just plenty going on. And it's also some pretty big news in the arts and entertainment world locally too, which we'll get to that in a little bit. Talk about some of the things coming up tomorrow. We have the ballet company's production of Enchanted. Um,
Out at UIS.
Out at UIS, yes, they'll be out there this weekend. That's on the 26th. That is when that will be. Also, this weekend is the second weekend of August Wilson's Gem of the Ocean, STC, directed by and starring Reggie Guyton. Got to see it on Sunday, helping out with the talk back. It was a really good show, and talked with Reggie. I went to when I was going to rehearsal one night for the murder mystery. I stopped in and talked with him a little bit about all the things going on, and there's been a really good response to the show, especially good response to the talk back, and
Yeah.
it is a very powerful show with a lot of really good performances. That is, basically, I think we said the first time it's been done locally.
Yeah. And they also have a partnership with the African American History Museum and have a really nice display that's in our H.D. Smith Gallery. So folks can check that out before the show or at intermission or after the show, too. And this week, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Tiffany Williams will be joining the cast
Yes,
in the role of Aunt Esther.
yes. Donna Jefferson had played her last weekend and did a great job.
Right.
And of course, Tiffany, we both know Tiffany very well. She's great,
Yeah.
so I'm sure she's going to do a wonderful job.
She's a superstar locally, yeah, and
Yeah.
Donna did a great job as well. So it'd be interesting to see two different interpretations of the role.
Yeah, I think so. That's going to be pretty interesting to see. So that is this weekend as well, tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Now, also at the Hoagland, there's several productions coming up next month. In fact, there's quite a few of them. We of course have the Murder Mystery, which I'm part of, also producing and in, and we're getting to rehearsals next week. Basically running the show now. It's still just as funny every time we go through it. So
Right.
excited for people. So I think people are going to love it. People are going to think it's hilarious. Get all the 90s references and be a lot of fun.
So what's your character? Can you tell us, or is that a secret?
My character's name is Jason Waterfalls. And he is a local mechanic.
Okay.
And he's a little rough around the edges. So that's
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. Well, I'm sure. And what are some of the other characters in this?
Well, we also have the main character. We have Lavinia Lovespell. She's one of the main person who owns the Sweet Dreams Inn, which is the main place. We have Gabby Klein, Antoine Macarena, Dr. Katz. I'm thinking off the top of my head here. But yeah, I mean, it's a whole bunch of different characters, and they're characters that you've seen probably in 90s movies and
Okay,
all sorts and all sorts of different personalities and really everyone's really coming into their own, and it's really fun to watch. And
great. That
uh,
sounds like a blast.
yeah, no, it is. It's hilarious writing and also some physical comedy, of course. So very excited for it.
Well, I look forward to that.
Yes.
Look forward to seeing you, Kevin, in that.
Thank you. Should be a lot of fun, I'm thinking. And also coming up next month at the Hoagland, a couple of productions the Hoagland's putting on. Pump Boys and Dinettes is coming up.
Yeah.
They've been rehearsing, as I've said. I've heard them through the hallway because we'll rehearse up in Theater 3, which is where we're performing, and
Right.
until they and sometime they've been rehearsing, I think, all over, but they were in the club room right next to us, and I would hear them, and they sound great. And got a great cast of singers, musicians, sometimes at the same time,
Right.
right? And it's very excited to see that one.
That's the whole idea behind Pump Boys is that the cast plays the instruments too.
Mm.
So the cast is the band and the band is the cast. And we have a great group of acting, singing, dancing musicians in this. And it's a country western themed show, all original music. It's been done locally several times over the years, but it hadn't been done since 2008 here at the Hoagland. And so we thought it's time for it to come back again. And it'll be just a really wonderful production. Joe Michael Jackson is directing, and Kayla Prim is doing the musical direction. So it's going to be a really entertaining show. And people who love country western music or comedy, because it's a comedy also, I think will really enjoy that.
Good. Yeah. No, I have, of course, listening to them, and then a while ago listened to the album for it, and it's a great score, country western. But like honestly, even if you're not a fan of that music, it's still a great score to listen to. Just a great, easy listening, at least for the album. And then, of course, seeing the show, you'll see everything that goes into it with the music, acting, and everything. So, very excited to see that. I think a lot of people are going to like it.
I hope so. That's the whole
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. So that's coming up, and
I tell people jokingly, but it's true. It takes a lot of, well, I'm not going to, all right, I'm going to say it, but it's not in reference to any show going on right now. But I will
okay.
say, it takes a lot of talented people to put on a bad show because no one intends to put on a stinker.
No.
And usually there are very talented people trying to put that together. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But all of these shows, they're working, buddy.
They are. No, I absolutely believe that. So excited to see them and be part of some of them. Also, I looked up some video of, and I do not remember her name, but the Barbra Streisand tribute show.
Sharon
Owens. Yeah, and she's coming up, and she's that voice is like dead ringer for Barbra Streisand. She's
and
amazing.
She looks just like her.
She looks like her too.
Yeah. She will be performing at the Hoagland in Legendary, a tribute to Barbara. Her name is Sharon Owens. She performed for years in Las Vegas in Legends in Concert, which is the big tribute artist show that they've done on the big stages of Las Vegas. And now she's touring the country. And I listened to the tape when she was pitched to me, and I thought, oh my God, she sounds just like her. She looks just like her. And, the look is natural. It's not through makeup or plastic surgery. She just really is a doppelganger and very funny. And I've had a little correspondence with her. So I think folks will be, she was on a show, I think it was on NBC or one of the major 3 networks. It was called The Next Best Thing. And she is the next best thing to seeing Barbara. You're not going to see Barbara in concert much anymore. And if you do, it'll be $1,000 a ticket. These tickets are $32 and $30, so it's a lot more affordable. And right here in Central Illinois. So I think people who love Barbra Streisand and her music will really enjoy this 2 evenings, March 25th and 26th.
Wonderful. Awesome. Well, excited for that too, because she's always a great, amazing singer. And I, the last couple of years, I really got, here's where my pointing here to Funny Girl. I've listened to that so much. I love that album. And of course, heard some of her other music over the years too, so I'm familiar with her, and it'll be exciting to see and hear.
I think it will be. Yeah.
Yes, wonderful. So those are all coming up. Also, a couple things. Next month, we also have auditions for both the Muni and Theater in the Park. Muni, of course, recasting all their shows. Theater in the Park is recasting some of them, at least recasting some parts. Little Princess is their first show, Theater in the Parks, which they are basically casting the show because it's a new addition to the season. But the rest of them, there are several shows that have at least a handful of parts open for each. So, so there are opportunities, I think, for all the shows out there, plays and musicals.
Great.
Yeah. So
yeah, and I think, if you ever thought about auditioning for a show at the Theater in the Park or at the Muni, give it a shot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It does take a little bit of courage to get up there and do that, but the rewards are enormous, and the friendships you'll make are really gratifying.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And if the courage it takes, and I mean, you can ask us or maybe anyone in the theater scene how many auditions that we went to where we didn't get the part. I mean, we've time to list. I mean, so I mean, honestly, give it a try. Give it your all, and try again, because it's always.
I've not been in several great shows.
Yes, same here.
I was cast in several wonderful productions. So,
yeah.
But I was also cast in several wonderful productions, so it goes both ways.
So honestly, yeah, seriously, you never know. Go. You always think, oh, I might want to try out. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Yeah, just go for it. That's all I can say. Go for it. So those are coming up, those auditions. Several shows coming up down the pipeline as well. We also have Moana Junior coming up for STC's production, kids show, full of young performers in the area, directed by Cynthia Higginson. We also have the Miscast Cabaret, which I am also in. That's coming up in May. Used to be a January show, but that had to be pushed back. So now it's Mother's Day weekend.
Right.
So those will all be coming up. And we have some pretty big news announced earlier this week. The new ballet company, Copper Coin Ballet Company,
right,
headed by Julie Ratz, who a couple months ago had left the ballet company, and now she and several other local dancers and instructors who have been big in the local dance and ballet scene, they are all part of this new Copper Coin Ballet Company, which is going to be starting up productions pretty soon of both Rock Ballet and their new version of the Nutcracker.
Right, and I think, as I understand it, the Nutcracker will be kind of environmental piece that'll be done at the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum. So you'll see a scene in one location, then you'll go to a separate location and see another scene. It'll be a very interesting take on it. But Grace Nanavati, the matriarch of the dance community in Springfield, is the executive artistic director. Julie Ratz, the artistic director. Gina Russell and Rhonda Brinkman. So those are four heavy hitters who are starting this. And the Copper Coin Ballet has a history in Springfield as the main ballet company back, I guess, in the 1950s and 60s. I think it was started in 1959, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So I'm sure we're going to see some great things. They just announced their board, and they have an amazing board of heavy hitters in the arts community, a part of that. So, it'll be fun to watch what happens.
Yes, absolutely. We'll see all the things that they'll be doing. And I think Rock Ballet is one of the first things they're doing, which Julie started that at the ballet company 27 years ago, and she's bringing it back for Copper Coin Ballet Company. So they're also going to be having auditions coming up pretty soon. So don't have those dates in front of me, but those are the 3rd?
April 3rd.
April 3rd.
Yeah.
April 3rd is when they're coming up.
They'll be here at the Oakland Center for the Arts.
Okay, very good. Wonderful. So those are coming up. We'll see where that Copper Coin Ballet Company goes. In the meantime, plenty of things going on this weekend, of course, and things coming up, both auditions, shows, concerts you can be involved in all over the local theater scene. Gus, thank you so much for joining me for this, and I'll see you next time.
All right, Kevin. See you next time.